I respect and appreciate the fact that there are those who still believe that my client, Robert Springsteen, is guilty. I respect it, but I disagree. The scientific evidence says otherwise. But what I want, most of all, is to say for myself, for Robert Springsteen, that the people who have suffered most in this case are not our clients, but in my opinion, and in my client's opinion, the families of these young girls. They have lived through this the first time when this crime happened, and then through 2 terrible trials, and then through the 2 years since these reversals. And I think if there is a concern in this community, it should be that we continue unceasingly to look for the people who are guilty. Remember, there is no statute of limitations on murder. Whoever did this should be found and held accountable by a jury. But most of all, I think we should reserve our sympathy and our concern for the families of those girls. They're paramount. That's what's most important. And I hope and I pray that someday we know who did this and that we see a trial of those who are in fact guilty. Thank you.
I think it's been a long 10 years for these guys. I tell you the one thing I do want to say, those men that did this back in 1991, they left DNA in there. And I don't know if those guys are still alive. I don't know where you guys are at. But we have your DNA. And sooner or later, we're going to match your face to it. We're going to match your face to that DNA. Because of you, 4 little girls are dead. Their parents still grieve. They will never get over this horrible crime. But worse than that, because of what you people did, wherever you are, wherever you're at, because of you, 4 innocent young boys who had nothing to do with this have suffered as well, and their families. And that's really all I wanted to say about that. Any questions?
Can we talk to Mr. Scott? Knowing that you don't have to think about going back right now.
Can't put that into words now.
What do you do not to resent the time that you spent behind bars now that you're not?
Move forward.
I wish that they would take a full look at the evidence and not just the hearsay, because there was a lot of hearsay and nonsense going on when this case first got started, and for them to really investigate it and then make up their minds.
Where do you go from here?
I believe I'll be headed back to the East Coast very shortly, back home. I'm looking at attending college. I've already been accepted at a full-time college, and I'm just going to try and get on with my life.
Can life be normal from here?
I most certainly hope so. I guess that will be an experience we'll find out about in the future.
All right, thank you so much.
Great, no problem.